Hey guys, Steve Holbrook here. Welcome back to my channel. I'm really excited about today's topic. But before I get into it, make sure you subscribe to the channel. And if you enjoyed today's episode, give it some love. Share it with somebody you care about. Like it, leave a comment. I'd really appreciate it. Look, everywhere I go, I constantly hear from agents who tell me that they play these videos, my YouTube videos, for their teams in training on a weekly basis. That's exactly what these are intended to do. I didn't just make these to provide value for me, but it's for value for you and your teams. So make sure that if you want to grow your team, you're sharing this content. So the more you share, the more value your team is going to get from it. All right, in today's episode, we're going to be talking about selling the dream. As an entrepreneur, you're constantly trying to sell the dream, whether it's convincing an investor to invest in your startup, or persuading customers to buy your product, or selling the dream to a prospect who you're trying to recruit. You're gonna need to be able to inspire people with your vision. But how do you sell the dream? In this video, we're gonna explore some strategies for selling the dream in your business. Let's get into it. Firstly, you gotta start with a compelling vision. The first step in selling the dream is having a compelling vision. So what's your vision? How clear is it? Have you spent time developing it? Your vision should be a statement of what you want to achieve and why it matters. It should be inspiring, bold, and ambitious. Your vision should be something that people can rally around and get excited about it. In the Bible, it says, where there is no vision, the people shall perish. When Elon Musk founded SpaceX, his vision was to make life multi-planetary. The vision was so inspiring because it speaks to our sense of adventure and desire to explore the unknown. Whether you like Elon Musk or not, this vision has the potential to benefit humanity in a profound way. When Musk talks about SpaceX, he talks about the importance of colonizing Mars and creating a backup plan for humanity. This is a vision that people can get behind. So let's talk about you for a second. I want you to start to think about, what is your vision for your business? Have you had a hard time recruiting people? Have you had a hard time selling your product lately? Is your spouse putting pressure on you to make more income in your business? Maybe we need to look at your vision. Now, in the beginning of your business, having a vision when nobody else supports you can be really hard, especially when those around you are the ones that are doubting you. But this is when it's the most important. Everybody can have a vision when your business is exploding and everybody's making money, but can you have a vision at rock bottom or at the very beginning of your journey? I want you to take some time today after you watch this video, and I want you to write out exactly what your vision is. Even if you've been in business for a while, are you clear on that vision? Or has it kind of gotten clouded over the last few years and maybe it needs to be revisited? Next, tell a story. As humans, we are wired for storytelling. We remember stories much better than we remember facts or figures. That's why it's important to tell a story when you're selling the dream. Your story should be a narrative that captures the essence of your vision and your business. Think back to the last speaker you heard in your industry or in your company that sold you the dream from stage. Think about how they spoke and what they spoke about. Quite often, the best speakers get you thinking about the day you were born and the day you're gonna die while telling a story in between. The best dream sellers are always the best storytellers. For example, when Steve Jobs introduced the iPhone way back in 2007, he didn't just talk about the technical specifications of the device, he told a story about how the iPhone would change the way we communicate and connect with others. He talked about how the iPhone was the ultimate expression of Apple's values of simplicity and elegance. This story captured people's imagination and really helped make the iPhone one of the most successful products in the history of the world. Regardless of the industry that you're in, or regardless of the products or the business that you're selling, think about the story that you're selling through the process. As the saying goes, facts tell and stories sell. That's why at the beginning of every great presentation, the presenter is telling you their story, because it draws you into what he or she is trying to, do or accomplish, and they're trying to find something to relate to. Make sure that you understand this concept. The next key to selling the dream: show, don't tell. When you're selling the dream, it's not just enough to talk about the vision. You need to show people what it looks like. This means creating some visuals on what it's gonna be like when, or how great life is going to be after I join your business or after I use these products. For example, when Airbnb was just starting out, The co-founders created a website that showcased photos of apartments that they were renting out. This gave potential customers a sense of what it would be like to stay in those apartments. It really helped people imagine themselves in a different city, living like a local. This was a powerful way to sell the dream for Airbnb. So have you created a vision board? Have you tied pictures to your 5-year or 10-year business plan? Do you have an image of your future office or the next big team trip or what the stadium looks like that's going to hold your team event 9-10 years from now? The more you can show people what it's going to look like, the easier it is for them to buy into your dream. In our business, our company shows us $100,000 rings and trips and all these milestones. We put up posters in our office. They get us thinking of the future and what it's going to be like. It drives people to do more faster. Now, before I move on to the next step, if you want to know more about how to partner with me and help you thrive in the insurance industry, feel free to check out the link in the description box. You may or may not be a fit for our team. So again, check the link in the description box, click it, and that way you can see if you'd be a fit for me. With that out of the way, let's move on to the next tip. Creating a sense of urgency. When you're selling the dream, it's important to create a sense of urgency. People need to feel like they need your product or service now. They need to join your team now, not at some vague point in the future. This means creating a compelling vision for people to take action right now. You might want to look at the economy or inflation. You might want to point to high rising cost of living or interest rates that are going through the roof, right? To create that sense of urgency on why they should join your team. This is why recruiting models are growing so quickly right now, because there seems to be an overall sense of urgency in the marketplace for people to find a new career path. In the insurance industry, we can use examples of people that have passed away from all ages and all walks of life to build urgency with customers to make sure they're making the right decision today to be properly insured. I remember when Tesla introduced the Model S, they didn't talk about how it was a cool car. They talked about how it was a car that would change the world. They talked about how the urgent need to transition away from fossil fuels to reduce carbon emissions. This created a sense of urgency that made people feel like they needed to buy a Tesla right now to be part of the solution. Make sure you're creating a sense of urgency in your business. My next point, build a community. Selling the dream is not just about convincing individual customers to buy your product or people to join your team. It's about building a community of people who share the same vision. This community can help spread the word about your products, right? Provide valuable feedback, support, etc. That's why it's important to put yourself in the right environment and on the right team so that these things are happening all around you. I remember when Peloton introduced their connected exercise bike. They didn't just sell a piece of hardware. They built a community of people who love to exercise and support each other. They literally created a social network that allowed people to compete against each other and share their progress. This community has been instrumental in making Peloton one of the fastest growing fitness pieces of equipment in the entire world. That's why myself and literally all of my friends and family bought a Peloton to be part of that community of people. Many of them probably use it as a clothes drying rack, as I do now, but back in the day, we all used it. My next point, be authentic. When you're being authentic, people want to help you and be part of the cause. So by being authentic, it's going to help you build an army of crusaders that love your product and want to join your team. I constantly see fake leaders who don't really love their people, don't really love their business, but they're doing it just for the money and to make money off people. This is going to result ultimately in failure because they're not being authentic. The good news is by being you aren't wasting any extra energy on trying to be somebody you're not. Look, you're good enough as you are. You were created by the King of Kings as you are. You already have what it takes to be great. You just need to start. So these are some ways on how you can sell the dream and get better at it. If you have any questions, please drop a comment in the comment box below. And if you want to know how to partner with me, again, click the description box and check it out. I want to help you build your business. Don't forget to give this video some love and share it with your team, and I'll see you in the next one.